What's up, everybody? Welcome to the MIRE. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, and Jonas Filak live from the Cougar Den as we are getting set for boys basketball against Immaculata. Gentlemen, how we doing?
Really well, man. Excited to be back in the Cougar Den.
Mr. Pogue, how are you?
Yeah, being on the road, not as good.
No, certainly not as good being on the road. Although that road trip the other night almost bore some fruit. You know, despite a 60% Curry, maybe they really held tough with that Ridge team. That's pretty darn talented. Did you get a chance to watch any of it?
I mean, Josh Moore had a pretty good game.
Josh Moore had a pretty decent game.
Pretty decent.
There was just such a dearth of offense in the early going that Montgomery couldn't kind of get past that, and they just never were able to get that that bucket that they needed late in the game to pull even or go ahead. And they had a couple of decent looks at it, and none of them fell. And I just feel like they're inches and not feet away from, getting back to where they want to be. And tonight, hosting a 2-5 Immaculata team for the first time this season, you got to hope as, I guess, the days pass, Curry's leg feels better and better and better because the closer we are to 100% of Curry, right?
Yeah.
The closer we are back to, being
Full
super
force.
relevant.
Yeah.
So in the preseason, when I had sat down with Coach Grundy, I'd said, talk to me about the conference. Educate me about what's going on. Who is, the powers, the forces this year? And it was a lot of, there's a lot of parity. There's a lot of, but if I had to pick, it's probably Rutgers Prep and it's probably Immaculata in the 1 and the 2. Now, Immaculata has not performed to that level so far, but I don't really think that that's necessarily an indicator of just how talented this Immaculata team is.
Yeah, who knows what injuries they have? Who knows what things weren't going well? And, a couple games that are close here and there, we're in the same boat. Our record could easily be flipped.
Yeah, every game this season and in every sport, everything's a little disjointed. You haven't had a chance to get any flow.
A little disjointed.
Yeah.
A little. I actually feel like this year has been more disjointed than last.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I think so, too. Because you know what? This year you feel like it's a little bit more back to normal. And, for track, my analogy, it's more back to normal. We're going to more meets that we normally used to go to, but we're not getting the same, this person's missing and this person's,
Yeah.
So now it's just you want it to be normal, but it's still not really.
Yeah, last year we kind of felt like we were in an all or nothing situation with this COVID stuff, and now obviously, probably for the better on a lot of levels, we're able to pick and choose a little bit more. It's not a wholesale shutdown; it's just A or B or C, can't attend, but that has led to almost no continuity, I feel like.
No, the offense clearly last game was a little off. It was good that Curry was around, but people were, the spacing was a little off. People were in the wrong spots because they didn't know what he was going to do. They haven't really, had him bringing up the ball. So, it does some good things, but it also sets you back a little bit.
Well, yeah, and you also don't know what to expect, a non-full Curry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What can he bring to the table? What's too much to ask of him? So I'm sure everyone was maybe a little bit apprehensive, and even himself, there's some moves that he probably wouldn't even think twice about that he had some apprehension during the game,
Yeah, but, I think to his credit, he entered, I believe, the fourth quarter scoreless again, and that might have been the second straight game that had happened. And then Matt had said it, he watched one free throw go. He missed the first free throw, and then the second one went in, and it was like a light switch went off.
Yeah, he hit a 3 next.
He's like, oh, yeah, that's how you do it. I forgot about that.
He bangs down 3 threes, one a step back with a guy in his face. It was an impressive fourth quarter from him, but I think that's more of a mentality thing. He just, you think about, going back, 3.5 years, we're at Rutgers Prep, and my man is drilling corner threes, in the conference championship game, and with no fear of rise and fire, and it hasn't subsided, that mentality, over the last 3 years, as you would suspect it wouldn't, right?
Yeah, he's not afraid to miss. It's huge. Not everything's going to go in. 50% is good. So to have that attitude of, things weren't working, but I'm going to keep shooting, that's hard to do. It's not easy.
The few games that we had that he had to take off, I think, you got to look at some of the bright side is it gave opportunities to people who don't normally get it, and it gave them a chance to see that they can shine. Szymborski had a couple good games, you know what I mean? And I feel like sort of toward the end of last season and the beginning of this season, he wasn't firing on all cylinders. He came out really well in the first game and then kind of got flat a little bit. And then, the first game without Curry, he went off, you know what I mean? So I think that helped build his confidence. And so hopefully once Curry is 100% and the team is getting some solid games in a row where they're at full strength, it could really go a long way at the end of this season.
What do you see as being, aside from this, as being the biggest need, obstacle, whatever you want to call it, for this team to kind of get over this hump that they're stuck behind?
3-point shooting. They've taken plenty of threes. They've created some real good ones. They're not going in. We need some of those shots to go down, because then the defense can respect the shooter more instead of let me just go bother Gordy because I know I can in the paint and I can sag off the shooter. But, you know, if Smiths start going down a little bit more, and then, you know, if Moore starts to feel a little more comfortable shooting it, because he's had some rotation passes where he's the guy and he doesn't really want to do it, and he does get to the line after. So, I mean, who's really complaining? Shouldn't be complaining.
Right.
But you know, those kind of things, though, those threes could open things up.
See, I think it's creating scoring opportunities. I think that's a little bit where we've been lackluster, where we can move the ball around pretty well. And I mean, especially without Curry, we're not creating opportunities. I mean, he's obviously more dimensional on the court, and he creates them on his own. But I think other people also need to contribute to that and give us opportunities to score.
I was thinking about a piece of what you had just said about consistent three-point shooting. And I feel like in the years when they were the most effective, there was like a very clearly defined gunner out there, you know, and I don't know if that's more of a function of that was the only true outside shooter that the team had at any point, you know, versus now where they maybe are feeling a little bit more confident about multiple guys shooting threes, versus it was kind of designed that way. And I feel like, to your point of consistent three-point shooting, the volume for any one guy outside of Szymborski, but even that hasn't been consistent from game to game. You know, he took a volume number of threes and was very effective against North Hunterdon, but aside from that, it's like 4 attempts for this guy and 3 attempts for that guy and another 3 for this guy. And, you know, if you don't get off to a hot start, it's not like you have the opportunity where you're going to put up 9 or 10 of them and shoot your way out of it with one guy, where in the past that might have been possible with a Matt Mignon, where, you know, he missed his first 3, but don't worry, there's going to be 6 more opportunities, and he's going to hit probably 3 or 4 of those, you know, out of 6, because the kid's, you know, probably 45 or 50% out of 10. So I don't know. I'm theorizing here. I'm grasping at straws.
I mean, the volume shooting thing is tough, though. There is no one on this team that is that person, though. Nobody feels comfortable putting up 10 shots.
Right, but why is that? Like, that's the thing.
That's a good question, but yeah, it's
if
not.
you can keep feeding them and you can instill that one of them becomes a volume shooter.
I think Levy's close. Levy's pretty good on the catch and shoot. He gets the
but
ball.
But how many has he had, you know, in a game?
I mean, I would say if anybody, it's Szymborski, but Szymborski's also a momentum player. You know, I mean, he has to start off hitting it early to be able to hit it later. You know what I mean? If he gets cold, then he's less likely to pull to begin with. You know what I mean? So it's getting over that, you know, knowing that there's going to be misses, and he just has to keep pulling.
Yeah, I mean, and I think to your point, it's not necessarily that that's who he's always going to be, but it's just what we've seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I think you hope that it doesn't stay that way, right? But, I mean, we can only kind of base stuff off of kind of where things are this season. So, in any event, I guess we're going to find out, right? Like everything else. Why don't we take a break? We'll get the starting lineups all set for Immaculata. We'll come back. We'll give you a little bit more about what they're going to do, what we're going to do to counter it. And we're going to have tip-off in about 15 minutes. Stay with us. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. back to Montgomery High School. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, and as always, our trusted compadre, Jonas Vielak.
He's the man.
Love him. Love him. Gonna have him for 4 years. Gonna run him into the ground if I have anything to say about it. So, Immaculata, guys, let's talk about him. Like Montgomery, on a bit of a losing streak. Immaculata's lost its last 5. Montgomery's lost its last 3. And when we talk about containing Immaculata, they're athletic, they're quick, and there's 2 guys, Jaden Street and Davis Adams. Davis Adams, I think, was 2 games ago and went for, I think, 25 or so against Morris Catholic. And then both have pretty much consistently been in double figures.
Yeah, high teens.
Yeah, type scorers. So, you know, I feel like let's see if they, you know, does the matchup zone cause them any problems? How prepared are they? This is a pretty capable coaching staff. So, you know, I don't know that you're necessarily going to catch people off guard. But I feel like the other night, they did a pretty decent job against Ridge, a team that we know knows how to attack that zone.
Yeah, Ridge was frustrated at times, and I think they can do that again because most teams love the pick and roll. They want to start with that because it's comfortable and you don't really need to set up much, but it's not going to work. And then you got to start to your next option. And if you're athletic, you love the pick and roll because somebody sets a screen, you make a move, and you're at the hoop. But if that's taken away, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be looking to the outlet passes, and maybe we get them shooting a little bit of shots they're not accustomed to shooting, and then again, offensive boards comes or defensive boards comes in huge.
One of the things I thought the other night, Matt, that Montgomery got a little fortunate with, I would say, I guess, is within that matchup zone, Ridge attacked into the middle off the dribble. And a lot of the times, that ends up leaving Gordy one-on-one with the guy driving to the basket. And unlike Chris Raballo, who was, I thought, masterful at remaining vertical and not picking up those fouls, that hasn't been Gordy's strength so far. So if you said, well, is there something that concerns you? To me, that concerns me. He picks up an early foul or 2 in those one-on-one situations, and I think like you might struggle because this Immaculata team has a little bit of size to it. So, you know, where, you know, the last couple of games we've been able to get away with it, today not so much.
No. Yeah, you definitely need him. He's got to take a class from Szymborski on how to keep those feet set.
Well, and you know what I think, though, too? We talked about it early in the game the other day, that his help defense was maybe a little bit lacking early on in the game, and then he became much more aggressive on the help defense.
Yeah, he was hesitant to rotate, which you like at some extent because you don't want him running in and getting all those fouls, but at the same time, sometimes he wasn't there at a time where, you could have contested that, even if you're not, you know, blocking it, just getting in the way.
Yeah, but then we saw him alter, you know, 2 shots pretty majorly. Picked up a foul on one that I think that we clearly felt was a jump ball and not a foul.
He the ball and brought it down. I was like, I don't know how you're calling that one.
Yeah, that one was tough. For the Cougs, I really think this is going to be who can consistently score the basketball, whose last name doesn't begin with a C and end with a Y.
Yeah. Other people have to contribute. I mean, and that's always the way it's been. I mean, if Curry can only do so much, and teams are keying on him. You know, he's had it the last couple games. North Hunterdon, he was held in check for the most part. I mean, he obviously created opportunities for other people, but at the same time, he didn't make many for himself. And then the last game, you know, being not 100%. So it's going to come up to, I think, Szymborski making his shots, Josh Moore creating opportunities for everybody, and making his shots as well.
At full strength, I think he can, you know, he could go for 30, but more realistically, because of the focus that other teams bring to him, you know, he could be a 15 to 18 a night guy pretty easily, I would say. And if that's what he's going to be, and he's not going to be 30 a night, because I don't think that's realistic to ask, is 30 a night when the other team is, you know, going to key on him the way that they are. You got it. And it's not just the thing that worries me about it, I guess, is what I'm getting at, is that there's not a consistent second scoring option. It's like who can we get to be the second scoring option tonight rather than, well, we know we're going to get 17 from Curry, we know we're going to get 13 from Levy, and we know we're going to get 10 from Szymborski. Now, is there another guy that can give us 8?
Yeah, there's got to be somebody that's willing to say, I'm going to now demand my amount of shots. Not bad shots, but I need to take this many, otherwise I know that I'm not being effective.
I mean, honestly, that guy needs to be Gordy, if you ask me. He needs to be able to get those baskets underneath. We need to be able to get the ball into him, you know, and he should be able to get 8 easy points every game.
He's got to play strong in there.
He's got to be big. He's got to be big. He's got to be big.
Got to be strong. We're going to take a break for the national anthem. We'll come back. The starting lineups and tip-off. Boys basketball from the Cougar Den. Montgomery against Immaculata is coming up next. Stay with us. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to the Cougar Den. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, Jonas Filak, live for boys basketball. And let's bring you the starting lineups first for the Spartans of Immaculata. They come into the game with a record of 2-5. Josh Williams, Davis Adams, Sean Givens, Jaden Street, and Devin Pombo will round out the starting 5 for Sparty. And now the starting lineup as you hear them announced behind us for the Montgomery Cougars.
Josh Moore, sophomore, point guard. JT Szymborski, junior, guard.
Aryan Gordy, senior, forward.
Matt Levy, junior, guard.
Ryan Curry, senior, guard.
So back to the usual starters for the Cougs, which you always like to see that. I mean, I really feel like in that time period when, you know, we had that 2-3 game stretch, that was going to be hard to beat anybody.
Right.
I'm sorry, it just was.
Yeah, I mean, you come to rely on a certain amount of guys. Sorry, got
No, it's all right.
confused for a second. Yeah, you come to rely on your guys. You know what I mean? And then the other players sometimes become complacent with being, you know, the 6th guy, 7th guy off the bench, and they're not ready to do the things that you're asking of a starter.
I mean, it's tough to be thrown into a role that you're not used to, but at the same time, though, most of these guys are young. They're going to be taking over soon anyway. I mean, get your shots while you can.
That's what I'm saying is, like, the one nice thing about Curry not being in the lineup is it gave opportunities for people to, you know, kind of see their future.
Well, here we go for boys basketball.
USA night.
It's
fan.
Gordy and Jaden Street. And it's Gordy who wins it all the way back to Curry, and we're underway. Welcome to the MIRE, everybody. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, and Jonas Fielak. And we're going to get a turnover as Moore just didn't really know where he was.
Yeah. A little close to the out of bounds line.
So Immaculata will attack first. The three is up and no good from Street, and Montgomery will attack quickly the other direction. Curry. As you see, Immaculata beginning in a little bit of a zone and then switching off as good extra pass as Levy will leave off for Gordy, and that one's simple.
See, and that's what you missed, man. That little inlet pass created an opportunity, and they were able to kick it to Gordy and get the easy basket.
Good patience by Levy on that trip. You saw Curry there get caught up with Street, and that's not something you really want. Good job by Gordon to keep his feet there, and that allowed him to make that block.
Nice block.
They throw all the way back up ahead, and the 6'10" forward can't bring it in.
Needed to be 6'11".
Yeah. So Immaculata will take another crack at Avents. And here's an off-balance three, no good. But Moore can't come down with the rebound. A couple of blocks, and the far side official is going to come in with a foul call against Gordy.
Yeah.
Let's take another look at the defensive series there. As you see, Gordy there, maybe just a little too much in the body.
I'd like to see him come down with the rebound instead of getting 2 blocks.
Well, yeah. First free throw is no good. Bank is closed for Davis Adams. Cougs with an early 2-0 lead on Immaculata. And Adams cans the second one.
Cuts it in half.
As if there was like an 80-point swing there.
Yeah.
He's not wrong, though.
That's fair. Gordy
Turn inside.
looking for some help. He leaves it for Curry, and Gordy will track it back down. He feeds inside for Moore, and that was just a little too wild. But Curry will regather to the lane, and off the window, no good. Gordy playing probably as strong as we've seen him so far this season, but unable to gather.
Yeah, there's definitely fight in him tonight.
Street loses his dribble way outside, and instead is going to pull up from 3 and knock it down.
Nice shot.
It's a good option to have, too. No offense happening, you just step back and shoot.
Yeah, but you know what? I feel like Gordy's got to be more aggressive there defensively once he picks up his dribble. It wasn't like that was a pull-up.
No, he had a set shot, a set three-pointer right there.
Szymborski has his shot blocked. And now Street attacks. A chippy is no good, but Gordy again can't come down with the rebound. Instead, it's Sean Givens who comes down with it. Here's a three-pointer from the top of the key. That's no good. And Curry fighting for it with Gordy.
I think Gordy's going to have his handfuls tonight with Street.
So Curry will pull up from 3. That's no good. You could see him starting to get a little bit of elevation back. And here's Street again. That's no good, and Curry will come down with it this time. Both teams hyper-aggressive as a
Nice
driving
pass.
kick for Moore. That's no good. Gordy's there for the rebound, and it kind of fell right in his lap.
Hey,
And
he did a great job, man, putting it right back up and getting the easy basket. He's got to do that a lot tonight.
There's a quick attack the other way, and Immaculata is going to go to the free throw line. Szymborski again tried to draw the foul. They're actually going to say it was against Moore before the contact came against Szymborski. First free throw, no good. So this kind of if this was a prize fight, everybody's feeling each other out
Yeah.
so far.
Little jab here, little jab there. Borski's getting a breather.
0 for 2 from the line. You see Street just harassing Gordy the whole time as Curry with a little blow by. And they're going to call that one a turnover. That one, I don't know if is the injury affecting him there. That's one he normally, will take himself.
Yeah, he was just looking to dish it off to Moore and just unsuccessful.
Street has it rejected.
Woo!
Gordy with a big block, and here comes Davino the other way.
Big man on big man crime right there. Hopefully that gives him some confidence in this game going forward.
Good help defense from Street as Gordy's going to spot up from 3. And then top of the key 3 is in and out.
Oh, man.
Another block for Gordy.
Oh, no, he's getting inside tonight.
This is about as fantastic as we've seen Gordy play. Let's look at it again. You see, great job that time by him to slide but not reach. Here's a 3 for Givens. That's no good. Moore trying to box out, and he does as he wrestles it away from Davis Adams and comes the other way. A Euro and a kick. Luke Smith for 3. That's no good, but Davino will track it down.
Nice rebound. All right, now we got to just set ourselves and take a good shot.
That was an impressive move from Moore.
Yeah, I loved it. The whole time I'm thinking, Davino's in the corner, Davino's in the corner.
How did Grundy not get a timeout there? I heard it through my headset.
Yep.
That's poor. That's poor. An interesting looking post move from Davis Adams, and it gets just poked out to Curry. Everybody looks a little disjointed here.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Well, both offenses aren't really firing here.
Moore can't get it to go. But once again, Josh Moore will get himself to the free throw line. See it again as
I mean, that's a pretty athletic move to even get the basket attempt.
just a little bit of he just shows the ball the other way for a second and then is able to get into space. He's been impressive getting to the hoop all year long.
Yeah, I mean, he makes shots for himself out of seemingly nothing.
So the first one's good, and the Cougs grab the lead back 5-4.
With 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Right.
Boom, baby.
Moore knocks down them both and gets a rest for all his efforts as JT will come back in the game. He and Curry talking through the defensive assignments. Davis Adams, great job by Gordy to contest, and then he just throws it up into the middle, but everybody just got tangled, no foul call, and they'll race the other way. Luke Smith, and they're gonna get no, that is a bad call. That's a bad call. I'm sorry, we had a great angle on it here.
They called a travel.
No, they called an offensive foul.
Oh, wow.
And Smith Euro'd absolutely into the shoulder there.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the whistle was on a travel just because I didn't see an offensive foul there.
I thought that was clearly a block.
Ooh.
I wouldn't mind getting one back right there.
Little slippage on the floor here.
And there you go.
Oh, there you go. You got it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just didn't like it, as you could tell.
You weren't a fan.
Not at all. They'll go to Gordy on the post, and you're going to get a foul, it looks like, on Martin Wantong.
I'm actually pretty happy with that pass inside, and Gordy was pretty strong taking it.
Yep. They go all the way back for Davino. You see his leaping ability there as he got hit, no call. Great cut by Curry, and he'll
There you go.
lay it in.
All right, hopefully that opens the waterworks.
Don't cry. It's 8-4. Good job by Smith to recover after he was initially beaten. And a pull-up J is no good. Immaculata struggling mightily from the floor as Curry will push quickly the other way. Smith quickly to the hoop. Tries to go to the window. Maybe he rushed it a little too much.
Yeah, he's got to take his time on that. He had time.
There's a quick three, and that's no good. Side of the rim. And Immaculata throws it right back into Gordy. Let's see what Curry's got. He'll cross over and get to the hoop. Lay it in and one!
There he is. Like I said.
Ryan Curry streaking to the hoop. See it again here. Initially, I thought maybe he was going to go to Smith up the right side, but he just kept it himself and gets himself to the line. Man, he's getting closer and closer to looking like himself.
I like it.
I mean, I don't know who else he's going to look like, but
got that elusive double digits in the first quarter here.
man, that's tough. Luke Smith,
Luke Smith,
Smith
good hustle.
nearly tracked it down.
That was good hustle. Josh Moore looking like he's going to check in.
Let's see if Lotta can get out of its slump. They haven't scored in about the last 6 minutes.
I like it.
Gordy's played probably the best defensive quarter of his season.
Yeah, he's playing some nice defense right here. They're not getting many looks at the basket here.
Great show from Szymborski, and now a closeout forces another miss. Gordy gets another piece of it in a block, and they'll come quickly the other direction. Szymborski is going to step back and hit a corner three.
Oh, good rebound.
Curry's going to be fouled on the outside as well by Cam Chadwick.
That's right. Keep firing. I like the idea by Szymborski, but he did that thing that you said, right?
Yeah.
He fell away from the basket on his three-pointer, and then it doesn't have a high as a percentage going in.
I would have preferred if he just had gone to the basket there. I mean,
or even just took a jumper right there. You know what I mean? Oh, Josh Moore.
Well, no, they would have had to thread the needle. Davino lost the handle.
Oh, good move.
Szymborski's going to pull. Yes!
That's it, man. I love it. I love the confidence.
JT Szymborski with another three, and Montgomery's got a 9-point lead. See if they can hold on here and get another defensive stop before the end of the first quarter. 15 ticks to go. Now two with one. Are they not going to get a shot? They're not. They're not going to get a shot. Wow, that's a great job by the Cougs.
That's amazing defense.
How about that? 8 minutes in the books, and Montgomery with nearly a double-digit lead, 13-4 on top of Immaculata. We'll be back with the second quarter of action coming up right after this. You're caught in the mire. This is the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back here to Montgomery. Keith Glock, Tim Bartholomew, Matt Pogue, Jonas Filak, live from the den as Montgomery's played a pretty impressive first quarter.
Yeah, story of the first quarter, defense. And that's always what we pride ourselves on. So hopefully it continues in this second quarter.
Szymborski and Gordy with another block, and Curry's there to track it down. They're going to throw all the way up for the big man, and he's going to travel.
Get out of bounds.
I
like it.
More impressed with Gordy now than I have been at any point so far this season, certainly defensively.
You know, you just gotta like the kid. I was listening to him after one of the games, and he just went in to Coach Grunt. He's like, "What could I have done better?" You love to hear that.
Davino with a great steal and save. Moore is going to push. Good extra as you hear it. Now Gordy goes to get it, and he's got it blocked. Cam Chadwick doing a good job to Sky for that one.
Yeah, I mean, he was a little bit far underneath the basket to make that, and but a good job by the defense to block it.
Get a good look here as certainly Montgomery's best passer will inbound it. Could probably say that for Curry about most things, right? Montgomery's best insert thing here. Aside from maybe shot blocker.
Yeah.
Davino. His entry pass was maybe not stout enough and nearly a turnover, but a good job to recover. Gordy, he'll just leave for Curry. Good extra. Davino misses a chippy. Gordy tried to dunk it and missed. There's a pull-up with Gordy in his face. It was no good from Jarrell Alston, and a good save for the Cougs.
I mean, they haven't been shooting well, but they also haven't been taking quality shots. So
Szymborski, he'll fire away again with no fear, and that one was way off the mark.
like you said, attempts, man.
That one was a little bit flat off the hands of Miles Tucker, so.
And that was the first time in a while I've seen them take like a quality shot.
Curry cutting, and he's going to go to the line. Just can't get that one to fall. That one might be a little more of a case of, like, he's just finding his touch on the way back.
Yeah. Not quite the same elevation that he usually gets, so it's a little bit more touch.
First one finds its way home.
I thought that was going to go hard off the back of the rim, and it just kind of went whoop.
What's that line from Family Guy? When you're beautiful, doors open for you. When you're beautiful, free throws like that fall for you.
I've never actually watched like a full episode of that show.
Really?
But, yeah, but I've seen lots of clips, and it seems like really funny.
Second one's good. I spent a lot of time as the early 20-somethings laughing real hard at Family Guy, let me tell you. There's Givens.
Ooh.
Bank reopened. Little late tonight, 7:24 p.m.
Accidental points count too.
That's the first bucket for Immaculata in over a quarter, as Moore will drive. He has got his shot altered, and it's going to end up going out of bounds off of Immaculata. So Gordy fighting for it inside, and that gets us an extra possession.
Yeah, that ball just ping-ponged off of everybody. I think it touched everyone twice before it went out of bounds.
Moore this time to inbound. I'll get it to Curry. Good ball fake. Stepping back.
Oof.
He thought about pulling it from there. Oh, Curry wanted it right back from him. Instead, Moore's going to go, and he's going to get knocked in the face.
That's good, and they're already at 6, so.
Yeah. So you get a opportunity for Moore. Josh, no good on the first one.
Free throws are always so important.
Yeah. Second one's good, though.
Take it.
Not quite sure what's off with this Immaculata team. Curry will go behind his back as he works on Pombo.
Gordy just playing a heck of a game tonight.
Up and under, no good, but it'll be Levy. His three, no good. A good box out, actually, by Josh Williams to push.
Oh, Davino getting his hands in there.
Yeah, he pushed Davino out just enough.
I like the hustle tonight, man. Everyone's moving to the ball. Everyone's getting playing stout defense. It's a good look.
Jaden Street finds himself wide open for the worst shot in the game along 2.
It is the worst shot in the game.
And they're gonna get Gordy on that. I thought Kerry Wong was gonna get called for the foul.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Now, second one on Gordy. He's got to be careful. A third foul on Gordy could change the entire complexion of this game.
Yeah.
Because he's played fantastically so far. Here's a corner 3. That's good. So Immaculata looking to get its way back into the game with Josh Williams.
Just like that, it's a ball game.
Wong. They're going to get a foul call underneath. So Kerry Wong's going to go to the free throw line.
That's one I don't know that he ever had the intention to even go up with the basket.
First one from Kerry's good, so he earns himself a second. Montgomery leads at 17-10, 4:56 to go in the first half. And second, also good.
We'll see what they're like without Gordy in the game.
I think that's a wise move. And now you may, this rest may be short-lived depending on what happens, but the longer you can live to play without him picking up another foul is important.
And Immaculata doesn't hesitate, man. They get it inside right away.
Yep. And they're going to get a foul, a blocking foul on Levy.
Man, that's tough, man. I thought he was set.
I could have gone either way on that one. I actually think if Levy just falls, I almost feel like he embellished a little bit, which might have hurt him in terms of getting the call.
Yeah.
First free throw is good. And the second is no good, but Davino there to do a little bit of dirty work as he's prone to do. I mean, Pogue, is it just me, or does Curry look way more comfortable tonight than he did the other night?
Yeah, he's moving better. There's no gingerness. I mean, maybe this swelling is down and it's not purple anymore. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe he switched to extra strength Tylenol.
I'm not trying to, make too much of this, as Levy will drive and misses the floater. But to me, I don't even think it's close. I think he looks way more comfortable.
Yeah.
Good help D.
Still not 100% himself, though.
Yeah, but getting a little bit of run is good, though. It stretches
Yeah.
it out in a way that you can't unless you're actually playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Davis Adams. Oh, then they're going to say a foul. Okay. Looks like Josh Moore probably on the contact. Let's look at it again. See if we can get a better vantage at it. Moore just there on the, there's contact there. And Lotta's struggles from the free throw line. Just like the other night, too. Ridge really struggled from the free throw line.
I haven't seen that in a while. Like, there was not one consistent player that was clearly the free throw shooter.
Another empty trip. Oh, and it ends up in the hands of Curry. He's going to attack. And, they're going to say on the floor? Come on.
Well.
Now, regardless, he's going to shoot free throws, but.
Still gets 2, hopefully.
So the Montgomery Cougars' best player, one of the best players in all of Central Jersey, to the line, and misses the first one. And Kerry Wong
Gave it his best
Yeah.
effort.
went to the floor hard. Not enough contact there for a foul. Gordy leading the cheering section on the bench, and a travel. Yeah, good job by Curry. He just
backing off.
gave way just enough to force that turnover.
That was great.
Luke Smith's back in for Montgomery as Levy gets a rest.
Yeah, so I was surprised Gordy's still on the bench.
Look at Levy, a new pair of shoes.
You don't like them?
No. I don't.
They're like
You
low
can
top.
add fashion critic to my list of accolades.
Ooh.
Things after the comma.
Ooh. But the things that were on your feet earlier,
That's right.
I don't know.
Oh
man.
yeah,
What about the ones right now?
those are solid.
Let's go, baby.
I think I trained myself to not look down anymore.
My high school
I don't-
my high school gym teacher had Zumba pants that look just like those.
I don't understand why everybody hates on my Crocs so much.
Well, I don't hate him. I just don't like him at all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Get it in, man. There you go.
That was a dangerous inbound pass, but Moore was able to
He's
corral
running,
it.
He's running out of time.
Up and under for Moore, no good. Kerry Wong almost again came up with a tough rebound, but couldn't quite get there. Here's Williams again, and that's his second corner three of the game, and
I think he liked that spot.
yeah, leads down to 4. Montgomery's in desperate need of a bucket here as they go to Curry.
Push off.
No, I thought that's what they were going to call. But instead, it'll be Josh Williams on the hold on the post.
He'll take it.
Ninth team foul, so 1-1 for Curry this time, but everything after this will be 2 shots.
For the Cougs.
Yep. And the first one from the Cougar captain is good.
All right. Get the ball rolling again for some points.
Second one's good. So Curry cans them both. The lead is back to 6. And
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Thought we might get a turnover there, but we didn't, as
Oh,
Pombo also struggled. You hear the bench again getting up. Here's a 3. Way off the mark. Great follow that time.
Wow, that was a nice play.
Sean Givens streaking in from outside. They throw all the way up ahead, Kerry Wong. And that's just a careless mistake from Wong. They'll come the other way. Curry with a good challenge, but another bucket back-to-back.
I mean, Kerry Wong can't do that. He can't go underneath the basket without the intention of going up with it because he's just going to get trapped.
Cam Chadwick that time for Immaculata, and they're able to cut the lead to 2. Davino up and under with the left hand. That's no good. And here comes Sparty. They look to get even.
Oh, good D.
Luke Smith with a good block, and it'll be Curry 4-on-2 the other way, and he'll just pull up from the foul line. A little floater.
Says, all right. Let's just put an end to this.
You know, and that's the kind of discipline that it takes. I think a lot of times you see the younger players, you know, with reckless abandon heading into, you know, toward the basket, and that's where they pick up needless offensive fouls, and not so there for Curry as he used those, you know, 4-year varsity wiles to pull up. So let's keep it here. Montgomery leads it by 4, 22-18. It's been a pretty good defensive game plan for the Cougs, and most of that, Timmy, has been because of Aryan Gordy.
Yeah, man, I would be surprised if he didn't have 7 blocks already.
You said that like you knew.
I was just guesstimating.
Get a look at the Montgomery huddle here.
I think this will be better when Jonas is a little taller. It'll be a better vantage point.
Well,
we
can
get that boy a stool.
We can actually blame Apple a little bit because So they came out with all this new stuff in the fall, like the M1 Max chip, this, that, the other. And we've been waiting to buy another of these little Mac Minis that we have until they come out with that new high-powered chip in the Mac Mini. So for us to be able to mic up the coaching staff, we kind of need that second computer.
Yeah.
But I'm not spending the money on the okay one. I'm just gonna wait and get the
good one.
The good one.
That doesn't sound like you at all.
Because it's gonna we traded the other laptop in, but I want to be able to go back after the game and hear what he said. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just for your benefit, because we're not going to put that on the air.
Well, again, highlight videos.
There's a filter process.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're playing with fire if we were to put that stuff live. Here's a 3 from Givens. That's no good. And
Interesting shot choice.
well, what do they tell you? Follow your shot all the time, right?
Yeah. Good pass.
Davino, good job to keep his dribble. I think that's another thing that, players will do. As Smith will go over the top, driving and kicking. Couple extras. Szymborski was a little indecisive there, which you don't see often.
No, I think he thought he might have had a window, and then it closed pretty shortly.
Great job, and Gordy's going to get called for a jump ball.
Oh, really?
I don't hate that call.
Yeah, I didn't get a really good look at it.
30 ticks to go in the first half. And Curry will come off a screen and rise. Fire. Oh, my God. He somehow can't
I like
hit.
it.
Gordy forces another jump ball.
Aggressive play, though. That's what you want to see.
You'll take it because, it might sound stupid, but, you
Could be a jump ball right this possession.
well, either that and, then you get the ball coming out of the, to the third quarter. So, in many ways, you are stealing a possession there, either at the end of the second or at the beginning of the third.
Looking to get this last shot off.
Under 10 to go. Josh Williams. He'll attack on Curry. Good defense by the Cougar captain. Another 3 coming from the corner and another one from Cam Chadwick. And Montgomery's not going to be able to get a shot off. Man, that is a killer. That's a momentum swing.
Yeah, buddy.
Heading into the locker room. So a pretty entertaining first half as everybody felt each other out, and see what the second 16 minutes will bring. Montgomery leads it by a point, 22-21. We'll be back with the third quarter coming up in just a couple of minutes. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience.
Joe's Heartbeat. Joe's
Welcome back to the Mire. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, Jonas Fielak live from the Den. Montgomery with the slimmest of leads, 22-21.
And it didn't feel like that in the first quarter. Felt like we were just slowly gaining distance, and then all of a sudden, 1 or 2 minutes of just mistakes happened. Actually, and I know you weren't here for the JV game, but I was watching the JV game, and it was actually a similar outcome. The JVs were up by maybe double digits, and then all of a sudden, within a minute, they're losing.
Well, hopefully Montgomery can stave off that fate.
I'm sure they got a good talk, and Gordy's back on the floor, so.
That entry pass just has to be higher.
Yeah.
Here's a pull-up. And they got lucky there as Gordy didn't get called for a foul. And that's going to be out of bounds, but
100%, I was like, oh, there's a foul
Yeah.
within 3 seconds of being on the court.
Immaculata fans behind us agree. Miscommunication there. And you know what? That's forced by Levy. Just aggressively playing out on the pass.
And he cut back.
Yeah. Givens knew that he wasn't open, but the pass went anyway. We're just underway here in quarter number 3. And everybody's turning everybody else over. Here's Givens. And he's going to have it taken away by Curry from behind.
Kind of how the first quarter started. Turnovers, not really that great of basketball.
There's an errant pass. Curry's going to track it down, and he's going to head to the hoop, and he'll get an easy deuce out of it.
It was a great assist by Immaculata.
You take 3 points wherever you can get them, right?
That was an easy one.
Dribble drive. Ball's on the floor. Gordy with another block.
All right.
Givens will drive, and he's got it knocked out of his hands. Man, Curry's been Johnny on the spot with that in this quarter. Levy's going to drive and kick. More. You can see Josh really would rather get into the paint than
try to pull up.
Yeah, shoot that outside shot. You see Pombo really harassing Szymborski. And Curry did just enough there to alter the shot of Josh Williams. And now he'll just turn back around and hand to Levy for 3. Man, that is the third three-pointer for Levy that has gone about halfway down before it's come out.
Yeah.
Szymborski is going to get called for a block.
Good try, though.
Yeah, you'll take it. You got to wonder how much regret there is in a play like that. You're like, man, if I'm going to do that,
I need to get the call.
Got to get the call, man.
Need the call, man.
Just got kneed in the face. First free throw is good from Cam Chadwick.
Szymborski get a breather.
And no good on the second. Good job by Davino to box out. It kind of paved the way for Gordy.
Easy rebound for Gordy, but it was all Davino.
Curry crossing up into the lane, and he lays it in.
There we go.
That is the Ryan Curry that we are used to, and Montgomery's lead is 4.
Just making it happen. Great chant.
Oh, a little travel from the outside, but no call as Givens will get into the lane, and a floater no good. He has his own rebound, and, you know, that's just a good job by Givens to not let Gordy get set.
Yeah, just being aggressive.
30-second timeout. Let's take another look at that Curry drive to the hoop as he crosses over and then back behind his back, man. Starting to look more and more like the Ryan Curry that we saw before the injury at North Hunterdon.
You know, I haven't noticed anything different this game, but Pogue has to be doing an amazing job producing this because you haven't ripped him once.
No, Pogue is on fire today.
He is.
You also did something that
I almost called him
well,
Glock.
Yeah, no, it's funny that you did that because I was making fun of myself over the break because when I was a kid, my mom used to do that all the time. It would be like she'd run through like, Christy, Charlie, she would tell the dog's name before she got to me.
I do that to my own kids though.
And I never understood it. And I was like, how? What? You don't know who I am by now? And now I do it all the time. It's just. It's a function of your brain.
I think it happens in adulthood.
There's the travel from Immaculata. We could be here for a little while unless Gordy goes and gets this thing.
I'm going to make the referee go get it. Gordy.
He was like, what? Where's the ball? I don't understand.
What ball? Go get it. It's your Grundy.
Yeah.
Go get it, Gordy.
I love it. Curry. Good dribble to improve his angle on getting the ball inside. Gordy will hook. No good. Levy tried to keep it alive, and he does just enough. Curry will pull up and knock it down.
Yeah. Curry having a third quarter already. I like it. Gonna need to play some of that defense we had in the first half.
Looked like he was going for the steal from behind and just missed it. Gordy, another great block.
That's what we're talking about.
Josh Moore is going to come quickly the other way. You see his handle very, very, very sticky.
I feel like it's improving. You know, each game I feel like it's a little bit better. I wish he would have pulled that.
Yeah, that's a spot where you would normally see him pull it. Gordy with an extra and a good help defense from Josh Williams.
Yeah, I wish he would have went up with it.
Yeah. Even Curry gets tired sometimes.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
It's just something we're not used to. Levy, he's got room if he just wanted to go up with it.
Get big.
Not necessarily super comfortable on the post, so he pulled it back out.
Like that.
You heard the slap of the basketball there. It's a good defensive play by Immaculata. Halfway through quarter number 3, Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, and Jonas Felak live from the Cougar Den. And Montgomery and Immaculata are locked in a good one. This is Davino. It's knocked away. Josh Moore is going to get run over from the back. So Josh Williams is going to get called for that foul.
I feel like that was a heads-up play by Josh Moore. I mean, he was going to let it go over, but, you know, out of bounds, and then he ends up getting trampled.
Second foul on Josh Williams. And just the first team foul for Immaculata in the third quarter. That's a stark difference from the first half.
Curry's back in.
Rests are brief for that child.
Yeah.
Great extra. Here's Davino. No good off the front of the iron, and here comes Lada. Curry did just enough there to alter the original shot, but Jaden Street's there to clean it up, so it's back to a one-possession game, 28-26.
See, I know you like that extra pass by Gordy, but I want to see him start going up with those things. I want to see him be aggressive and be strong. Ooh, Immaculata got a piece of it.
I think we might have got lucky there. Gordy nearly has it taken away from behind. You know where, if there's anything that maybe he needs to improve on, it's almost like feeling where the defender is, you know, behind him.
Yeah, I was going to say awareness. Just awareness of his.
You know, because you can, you know, use your rear end to make that guy stay away from where you want to be. Great up and under from Curry, and the layup just won't fall.
No love.
Here comes Chadwick. He'll take a page into Curry's book and go to the floater. That's no good, but a strong rebound from Gordy as he's getting. Oh, wow.
That's not really believable.
A lot of bumping and grinding underneath, fighting for that
I just
basketball.
think even though it was, I think it was out of bounds on Lotto. I think he just touched it.
Here's Street. He tries to go with an extra pass. It somehow finds its way right back into his hands.
The guy like kicked right over to him.
Ping pong as Street capitalizes and pulls Immaculata even at 28.
You know, we haven't seen in a while. Three-pointer.
Prognosticating.
Just wishful thinking here.
I would actually stay, with that as Curry throws to the floater, and he will get it to go.
There you go.
Because for as much success as Montgomery had early, they have not looked nearly.
Travel.
Yeah, travel. They haven't looked nearly as comfortable, getting the ball on the post.
I just feel like when we get the ball into the post, there's been a lot of extra passes that have resulted in like turnovers or blocked shots. So,
Gordy also put an exclamation point on the end of that play by sending Streets after the whistle layup into the back wall. And now Curry. That pass was moving as it went, went to Davino in the corner. Luke Smith.
Just trying to do too much.
Yeah, maybe. Pombo.
Thought about it.
Yeah. Here's a corner three. That's no good. Szymborski's going to track it down, though, and he's going to push. He's got numbers if he hurries. Good no look for Luke Smith and an easy layup.
There we go.
I feel like maybe Immaculata committed defensively there. Maybe a dribble and a half too early.
Yeah.
Nearly a push-off by Williams, but no call. Jaden Street now. He'll try a baseline jumper. That's no good, and Gordy's got that rebound.
I mean, it was great defense by Gordy, too. His hand was right in his face, man. It's going to hard to make those.
Good job by Davino to stay in Gordy's line of sight there. Smith is wide open. A three. No good. Can he track down the rebound? No.
I mean, he was by himself for a good amount of time over there.
That's one of those, maybe did he have too much time to think about it?
Yeah.
Lead is 4. Here's Street. That's no good with 28 to go. And Curry's going to try to get Gordy running all the way out in front. And Gordy's going to get an easy deuce out of it.
That was nice, man. I like that. I didn't think it was actually going to go in, to be honest. He was not in a really great position.
Curry's usually the one on the receiving end of those.
Yeah.
Last possession of the third quarter. Immaculata down by 6.
Big stop here.
Williams. A wild three from Chadwick. That's way off the mark. And Curry will come down with it, but a little bit.
Oh, that would have been nice, though.
Would have been nice if it went. Wouldn't have counted, but we would have loved it anyhow.
Yeah, it would have gone on the highlight reel.
8 minutes left to go in the den, and Montgomery leads it by 6. Final stanza yet to play. We'll be right back. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Back to Montgomery. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew. The second half really has belonged to Ryan Curry so far. Let's take a look at what he has done for this team first. You see here that floater as he gets that to go. Another bucket there. And then you see what he can do as he's able to pick up an assist here to Gordy for an easy bucket. So we're underway in quarter number 4, and Immaculata begins with the basketball. Moving left to right. Welcome to the Mire, everybody, if you're just joining us. Montgomery is led throughout most of this game, but Immaculata doing a good job to claw its way back. They have not shot particularly well today.
Good rebound by Davino.
Curry looking more and more like his old self. Stephen Donahue for the first time today, driving, no good. Gordy, though, there to keep it alive. Davino, no good. Gordy again, no good.
Oh.
Curry tried to bait Givens into doing something abnormal, and he didn't fall for it.
Hey, looked like he just kind of blew past him.
That last possession is one that, if this comes down to the end and you end up on the short end of things, you look back on a possession like that and you go, man, we had like 3 chances.
Yeah.
Right at the rim.
Sometimes they don't fall.
Donahue. Looking for some help. Timeout from Grundy.
Yeah, it's tough when you pick up your dribble in that situation.
Just needed that to save a possession. 30-second timeout, so we'll keep you here. Second half, a relatively clean first 9 minutes or so. Only one team foul apiece.
Which is funny because the first half they were all over each other.
Yeah. You like when that kind of thing normalizes itself.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you a bit of ease with,
Yeah.
with the fact that Gordy had 2 early. And he's obviously needs to be in this game.
Yeah, it's been a tale of 2 different types of games, you know, when he's been in and when he's not. Interested right now that, you know, Stephen Donahue hasn't played to this point and now is getting big-time minutes here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Grundy's upset about the execution off of that inbound.
Oh.
Curry, though, driving, falling away, no good. Gordy can't come down with it, and this is going to lead to numbers the other direction. Szymborski, it's an offensive foul.
There you go.
Yep.
Doing what Szymborski does.
Look at it again. You just, I mean, it's one of those. My eyes are looking forward when things like this happen. I'm like, all right, where's JT?
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's there. He's in position. I'm sure that there's some metric, you know, for that of like, you know, plus minus or, you know, points saved on the defensive end kind of thing. If you were to assume that every one of those charges that he takes is a bucket.
Or foul shots, right?
Right, you know. Here's Donahue. He'll catch and shoot. That's no good. Davino is going to get called for a push-off.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good call.
I know, but I still don't like it.
Never thought that there'd be people on this airway more homerish than me. Somehow you all are making that happen.
Yeah, I coach against all these teams. You think I'm going to cheer for him? Or
Gordy with a good challenge and an even better finish from Sean Givens, and the lead again is 2. This one looks like it's going to come right down to the wire. Donahue. They're going to get a travel.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him coming off the floor pretty soon.
You know what's going to change that? The weight room.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to put his foot in the ground and stop. You know, right now I think, you know, a lot of times it's a good move, but until you have the strength to be able to do it. Great job by Gordy.
Way to recover.
Givens, a long 3. That's way off the mark, but that produced a long rebound.
Yeah, can't give him this many chances.
Good inside out dribble. Gordy can't get there to challenge as Givens elevated for a bucket, and we're tied.
Once again. Too many chances.
Davino, he'll go to the hoop, and he can't get it to go. Good job to stop there by Johnson as Szymborski gets, or Williams, I should say. Immaculata and Pombo. Travel. No, actually, they're going to get a
timeout.
No, an illegal screen.
Oh, okay. Well, we got more back in the game.
You right there, Poke? You got a cramp? Poke just cramped up. Everybody, listen, bro. There's only one piece of you that can't cramp, and it's the right thumb and clicky finger.
Yeah.
You can't have it, dude. Do you need an IV? I'll hydrate.
Put it on the injury report.
There you go. Curry doing what he does, getting points.
Good finish off the curl from Curry. I wasn't even kidding about that. I saw Pogue cramping. He was working through it. He was flexing it out as Gordy, another block. But it ends up in the hands of Cam Chadwick and a bucket. Timeout for Immaculata. Wow. That was just a fortunate bounce.
And I feel like in the second half, that's happened more often than it hasn't. You know, he gets a good block, but it ends up in the hands of Immaculata, and then an easy basket is the result.
So Montgomery and Immaculata tied at 36. Not exactly the offensive showcase that either of these teams might have hoped that they would be, you know, coming into this season, but
it's been a combination of defense and then just cold streaks.
4 big minutes yet to go in this one, though. Josh Moore is back into the ball game for the Cougs as Donahue gets a rest. I think you're seeing, and well-deserved, Davino actively earning all of these extra minutes.
Yep.
Right? I mean,
he's been playing well. You know, he's boxing out. He's getting rebounds.
He was shooting today too.
Yeah, taking some good shots too. Not very many poor selections.
I feel like he's a quicker, slightly more athletic version of Levy. And when you talk about the consistency that comes with both of those players, you'll take that. Bad spacing there between Moore and Davino, but they work it out. Curry rejects the screen, and he'll elevate to use the window.
Just making points happen.
There's certainly a lot more like the Ryan Curry of old, as in 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Nearly a travel again, Givens. Pombo can't handle it. That's a big turnover.
It is. It's an even bigger offensive possession.
They're going to let Josh Moore trigger the offense on this possession. He and Curry will go to work. And they find Curry inside, wide open, well executed from the Cougs.
You know what I haven't seen at all tonight, which is uncommon, I feel like, is any press.
Yeah, I feel like Immaculata maybe a little too quick.
Yeah. But we also haven't seen Immaculata press us.
Yeah.
Oh, good job. Nice board.
Gordy's presence affecting that one. It's Zimborski on a run out.
There you go. Get a run.
Timeout coming from Immaculata. Let's look at it again. Great job by Curry. Just a vision by Zimborski. The better camera work from Pogue, switching it on over for us.
Oh, buddy.
And it adds up to a 6-point lead in the Den.
Not only Pogue.
Here's the question. Did you mean to do that?
Yeah.
Pogue, not only has he not ripped you yet tonight, but you also got a compliment, man.
Listen, I have some info on Glock. This is all a ruse.
You should just walk out of the gym right now.
I hope to God he doesn't have any of the other real info that you. One day it's just going to be like the stinking.
Oh man.
WikiLeaks.
WikiLeaks.
I don't know if your stuff's as entertaining as WikiLeaks would be.
I certainly hope not. Oh, my gosh. You know, getting back to the basketball for a second, because, I mean, I know everybody loves hearing about our idiocy, but this is one of the first times in the course of this season, as this team figures out, what it is, that from that neutral spot late in the game, they were able to extend and go on one of these, even though it's a mini run. You didn't see it against West Windsor. You didn't see it after North Hunterdon pulled even. This is really the first time.
Yeah, 2:35 left though.
Plenty of time left, but you'll take cushion wherever you can get it. Moore
almost gets it.
Yeah. Great steal that time by Szymborski. And he said, I'm just going to leave this out here for Curry. Let's see if he can finish up. And no, it rolls off. And you know what? Regardless of whether they were going to say that's goaltending or not, it doesn't matter because that wasn't going to fall. It's the 4th foul of the game on Devin Pombo. Where and why has Jaden Street not been in the game?
That's a good question.
I feel like he was a menace defensively. First one from Curry's no good.
That's true, man. I haven't even noticed that. Maybe
he hasn't been in the entire second half.
Maybe injury?
Don't look like it. Second one from Curry, no good. Good job to keep it alive and on the floor. Donahue tried to get there, but couldn't. Immaculata the other way and knocked out of bounds by Donahue on the recovery.
Take it.
That was the most awkward high five ever between Gordy and Curry. Gordy slapped him in the elbow. Nearly forcing a 5-second. Good job by Moore, though, to stick with Givens. And a travel, yeah. Well, no sooner did I talk about it than Street is back in the game.
You know what? Maybe let's put him in.
You're seeing Immaculata pick up now, and we're going to get a look at what Montgomery can do to break the press, and they do. Curry, the trailer, can't get it to go. Probably should have been another foul against Gordy, but it wasn't called.
He's getting some tonight. Getting some luck.
Again, miscommunication.
The look of dejection on the bench. Oh, man.
Street and Williams just couldn't get together. Well, I talked about Street, where was he? And he's in the game, and it was 2 turnovers. This is the spot where you're just happy you have Curry as he crosses over.
Just doing circles. All right, you're going to have to foul us.
4 team fouls on Immaculata, so if they're going to start to foul, they really can't wait too much longer because
they got to give a few.
Yeah, 2 to give. Good job by Szymborski to come to the ball. That's actually a really underrated thing that just happened there because it would be easy for Szymborski to have gotten complacent in terms of where he was and his placement. That's 5 fouls on Pombo, so he's fouled out. But Szymborski alertly realized that the adjacent passing lanes were cut off on that play, and he streaked to become the help. James Domino into the game for Sparty.
I like how you call it Sparty. I'm sure they love that.
Gordy finds Moore again, and Moore, they're just going to call that a turnover. Looked like there was a bit of contact on his back.
I'm surprised.
So under a minute to go, and Cougs need to stop.
A big turnover.
Good job by Moore. Street with a hand in his face, no good. Great job by Davino, and now Curry. Great job sharing the basketball. If you can just hold on until they foul you.
Yeah.
Montgomery's been able to waste a lot of time, and now that they're in the bonus, you just do whatever you can to get the ball to Curry off the inbound.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Oh, and that's a turnover. Givens, great run out by Curry to challenge, and the long rebound to Szymborski. He's going to throw all the way up for Curry, And Ryan's going to have a bucket.
Even better.
Yeah, get it over to a 3-possession game with under 30 to go. No fouls. And an offensive foul. Szymborski picks up another one. I thought they might get Gordy on the help. Let's look at it again.
Although it looked like Gordy got every bit of that ball.
JT again coming up with a huge defensive play. And he's going to be fouled and go to the free throw line with 16.8. So Montgomery doing a good job to close this one out.
It's just solid basketball in the fourth quarter, specifically the last 4 minutes of it.
You could see it there in the bottom portion of your screen. You saw Grundy give a quick hug to Aaron Reynolds and Joe Bassford because, you know, this one was a game, quite frankly, that Montgomery needed to just kind of have the ship feel like it was
back in the right direction.
Yeah. And 2 for 2 from Szymborski. Curry with a block on a 3.
Well, icing on the cake.
And Gordy will challenge, and that's going to do it for this one. As Curry will just run it out. And it ends up being a double-digit victory in the den for Montgomery. How about that?
Nice work.
They will take it. You see Chris Grundy there, victorious for the first time in what seems like a while, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
It's been
first
a
win
crazy
in 4
few
games.
weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regardless, Ryan Curry is back. Certainly played nearly to his potential. And it resulted, like hopefully some other ones will in the coming weeks, in a Montgomery victory, 46-36. Let's give you a little note on what we have coming up here before I give you the lowdown and the rundown. Move that thing away from those wires there, Jonas, because that gives me a little interference when that transmitter's near those wires.
Static.
A little statique. We are off this weekend. No basketball to be had, not because we're not doing it, but because it doesn't exist. But we'll be back next Tuesday. Who's Tuesday? Rutgers Prep? I made so many graphics in the last week.
North Hunterdon.
No, that's right. No, our good friend Kyle Rarick coming back here on Tuesday with his Lions squad in a rematch of what was a pretty darn good one before Christmas. And then we'll host Rutgers Prep. Robbinsville the Saturday after that. And then we're going to have, this is the first time that I'm letting this one out of the bag, a special presentation of girls basketball on the MIRE on Tuesday, January 25th. And that will be for the first time this season at the request of head coach Matt Morgan.
Nice. Who are we playing?
We'll be hosting Phillipsburg that evening.
Nice. Good game.
No doubt about it. So we're excited for that one. But it will be a MIRE home homestand all month of January. We're not going anywhere.
I love it.
All home, all month. I wish it was always like this.
Yeah.
The proceedings been a production of the MIRE. It's the sole property of the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of this one without the express consent of the MIRE is prohibited. Cougars by 10, 46-36 over Immaculata. For Jonas Filak, Tim Bartholomew, and Matt Pogue, I'm Keith Glock. Thank you.